Hold up. It's getting heated in here because we're going to see if girls really do run the world and should men just drop the ego. This church girl has shown us time and time again that she is much bigger than what people have made her out to be. 25 years ago, this Houston single lady got her big welcome to Hollywood with her dream girls, and today, still giving us a gift from a Virgo. So blow away all expectations and just listen because we are going to count down to see her flaws and all. And hopefully this helps you find the power to upgrade your brand. So let's get in formation and see how this brown skinned girl didn't let anyone or anything break her soul. Welcome to Never Done Branding, a podcast that's on all things entrepreneurship and not just the glitz and glam that you're used to seeing on Instagram. From branding and marketing to even interviews with entrepreneurs, we're getting real to help you increase your brand, sales, and impact. So, are you ready to be the brand? With me, your host, Nasir Jawakam, brand and marketing strategist. So let's get into today's episode. Hello, and welcome back to another episode here on the podcast. I appreciate you so much for being here. If you want to become a loyal listener, which I highly suggest you should, just give us a follow on all social media platforms. Well, not just the social media platforms, but actually the platforms that you're listening to the podcast, but especially over on YouTube, because as you know, this new season is now on YouTube. So we need to build up the subscribers and build up the community to help more people build their brands, to become the brand and stop relying too much on these other brands to fund you or, to say yes at least. You can take the power back and become your own brand. That's all what this podcast is about. It's about being an entrepreneur and being the brand. And I'm here to help you out. And even with this new series that we have going on, because I was thinking when I used to be signed to my old talent agency, they wanted me so much to do become this YouTube personality for pop culture and celebrity gossip, kind of like a gay Wendy Williams.
While she was gone, I was very depressed because I was like, these people are terrible. I'm bored. Wendy back.
And it never really set right with me. I didn't really care. I don't care about these people's lives that literally don't affect mine whatsoever, have nothing to do with me. Yes, I can appreciate their art, but what the fuck am I sitting here talking about their drama and gossip for? What does that do? How does that help anything? So it kind of got me thinking, how can I kind of take that same kind of concept in a way, but make it helpful? Make it something that you can actually use to help you to upgrade, to build and develop your brand. And so that's kind of where I got the idea for this new series that you may have seen in episode 1 that I talked a little briefly about, but the brand breakdown. The Brand Breakdown is a series where we're going to take a business brand, personal brand, or even just something throughout society and see and dissect it for what it is and determine, is it a successful brand? Is it shitty branding? Or is it simply just lucky branding? Because, you've seen TikTok nowadays. And everything in these episodes are really just for entertainment purposes only, and of course, can always be debated. I'm super excited for this new series, and I don't know if you've noticed, but today's person that we're talking about is, of course, the queen bee herself, Beyoncé. Beyoncé, I'm super excited, and who better to start off an episode like this with? Because one, she's on tour now doing that iconic tour and elevating her brand so much more, putting queerness on such a platform that I can't even express in words, but I will at the end of this episode. Towards the end of this episode, I guess I should say. But I couldn't think of anybody better to start off this episode with. And I've always loved Beyonce. I can't even remember when was the start, but I just remember back in the day practicing the single ladies dance. And that was actually one of the first dances from an artist. that I like learned. And I didn't know too much about Beyonce within her Destiny's Child days, which doing this episode and doing the research and, building this, series and this episode for the series has really given me a newfound appreciation for who she is as an artist. Because many would think, or some actually have said, I've encountered quite a bit of people that have said, what makes Beyonce so special? Like, is she not just like any other person that we see scrolling through our timeline? What work did she actually put into it? Because last time they checked, apparently, is that she had successful parents that helped her out. And she had the network that also helped her out. Networking, all the things. So is Beyonce really even that special, or is she just overhyped? Is she just, just another one of the girls? You know what I mean? Like, this is what some people actually say, and this is what some people actually think of the artist. Is there actually anything really special about her? So I'm super freaking excited to actually dive into this episode and to know more about where Miss Carter started. Okay. And of course, the only way that you can actually know how it all started is by starting at the start. Step into the captivating world of Beyonce's rise to fame, a story that goes deeper than what the surface might suggest. Many are quick to point to Destiny's Child as her starting point, but the journey actually began with Girls' Time in the year 1990. Picture a young Beyonce, just 9 years old, standing outside on Parkwood Drive in Houston, Texas, surrounded by talented girls, I guess I should say. Lascivia, Nina, Nikki, Kelly, and Ashley. A hip-hop rapping Girls' Time. And any of you guys that have been friends, fans of Beyonce and loves Beyonce's work, and I'm not just talking about you little new Renaissance fans, I'm talking about the ones that have been around, you know exactly where that's from. Little did the world know, this was the moment of something extraordinary. The roots of Girls' Time trace back to the moment when Beyonce's angelic voice caught the attention of her dance instructor after class. A voice so powerful, it compelled her instructor to share this revelation with Beyonce's parents. This serendipitous event set the wheels in motion, leading Beyonce to enter talent competitions all across Houston and Texas. The outcome? An astonishing 35 victories.
Is the winner of the Baby Junior final category last year. Her name is Beyoncé Knowles.
And Miss Salon performances hosted by none other than Tina Knowles herself and countless competitions. Girls' Time embarked on a roller coaster journey. Yet, their potential often went unnoticed, deemed as charming but not sustainable enough by major figures like Prince and his record label. The turning point awaited them in the form of Star Search, a monumental competition that highlighted emerging talents such as like today's American Idol. Imagine the stakes, $100,000 and a chance to be recognized on a grand stage.
From Hollywood, the entertainment capital of the world, it's the 1986 competition of Star Search.
The underdog spirit that encapsulated Girls' Time was ignited by this competition. They faced a hurdle, though, in the form of Skeleton Crew, an adult band that's evidently, they lost it. Behind the scenes, tensions brewed, stemming from clashing parent opinions, intense rehearsals, and an unfortunate rival between Beyonce and Ashley on who was the lead singer. Tragically, a heated argument between the dads led to Ashley's departure from the group, altering the course of their destiny. Now, this is something that kind of like is so sad, and we see it over and over, even in today's society when it comes to pitting women against each other. Because one of the biggest things that I noticed when I was doing the research for this episode is that it wasn't that Ashley and Beyonce were, butting heads together, you know what I mean? And they were competing or, trying to, be lead singer. It was really the parents. It was the dads that was trying to put their girls as being more the lead singer. And throughout this, you're going to hear a little bit more how Matthew Knowles did play a huge part in their success, but also a huge catalyst at times within this journey as well, because he really saw the talent within Beyoncé and wanted to push her at the forefront. And even when Destiny's Child comes around, you're going to see that Destiny's Child was all around Beyoncé to the point where they almost named it Beyoncé, but obviously the other girls would have been fucking pissed. But it's crazy how women continuously get pinned against each other, and it's for literally absolutely no reason. But I don't know, maybe desperation, maybe boredom. I don't freaking know. But to me, it's quite weird. It really is quite weird in a way. Out of the ashes of Girls' Time emerged the iconic Destiny's Child, comprised of Kelly, Latoya, and of course, Beyoncé. Anchored by the determination of Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, whose background in sales flushed seamlessly with his newfound knowledge of the music industry, this visionary man poured his expertise into guiding Beyoncé toward global stardom, a path with sweat, hard work, and unswerving ambition. Destiny's Child journey was a symphony of highs and lows, shifting from a quartet to a trio with Beyoncé, Kelly, and Michelle. It wasn't always a smooth ride, but through persistence and resilience, they signed with Capitol Records. Stunning. And thus the world was introduced to chart toppers like No, 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 Bills, 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 and Say My Name, Say My Name. A whirlwind of accomplishments followed 5 studio albums, a staggering 60 million records sold worldwide, and 14 Grammy nominations with 2 glamorous wins. Beyonce's saga is one of transformation, of turning adversity into fuel, and of creating destiny amidst uncertainty. From Girls' Time's tentative beginnings to Destiny's Child's triumphs, this tale is a reminder that even the most iconic superstars are forged through struggle, grit, and unwavering pursuits of a dream. In the electrifying world of Destiny's Child in 2001, a year of audacious moves and strategic reinvention, imagine 3 powerhouses, Beyoncé, Michelle, and Kelly, making a jaw-dropping announcement. They're hitting pause on the group to individually conquer the music realm. Now, I know back when this happened, the world was shook. Everybody was really on mute. Really on mute. Because they were so iconic at that time, one of the best girl groups that were out at that time. And it's so amazing to see how they took what they learned from Girls' Time and made it even better and polished it within Destiny's Child. And even just taking what we've already heard in the start, now going into the climb of Beyoncé, it was consistently learning from the failures. It was fail, learn, no, 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 yes, no, 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 yes. And so many of you want instant gratification in today's world, and I've fallen victim to that myself. I'm not gonna lie. Let's be fucking real here. But things like this, doing and dissecting things like this makes me really realize the only way to success is truly by hard work. And the only way to success is by not letting your trials, your tribulations, your triumphs, your no's, your false hopes, your anything stop you from the vision that you have for yourself. And as we see here, Beyonce and Matthew knows, of course, after that dance teacher said she can sing, he said, "Oh, that sounds like a piggy bank to me. That sounds like a piggy bank. She can dance and she can sing. We about to turn this thing up. Turn it up." So after they hit pause to focus on their individual careers, who was actually the mastermind behind this bold plan? Of course, it was Matthew, Beyonce's savvy father and the group's manager. He unveiled a genius plan to amplify their brand impact. Their mission? Diversify audiences. Michelle set her sights on gospel, Kelly on pop, and Beyonce on R&B. This isn't just a break. It's a calculated journey to build iconic brands. Beyonce's solo star is about to rise, but Matthew knows that crafting her brand narrative is paramount. The spotlight is now on her, and it starts with a Pepsi commercial that lights up the screens. But the big bang comes from the silver screen debut alongside Austin Powers and Gold Member. Now that movie was Austin Powers. That movie was really good, and I mean, she was cute in it. You know what I mean? It was definitely giving cameo. You know what I mean? It was definitely giving artists doing a cameo. That's what it was given. But, back then it was a little bit more acceptable, or was it? Because most people were like, "Ooh, girl, she can't act." But I love Austin Powers. I always call it Austin Powers but apparently it's called Gold Member, but I call it Austin Powers. That movie was stunning. And this was not the first time, but this is where acting and music meets. You know what I mean? Acting meets music as she drops Work It Out and a track that ignites her solo aspirations. Yet the path isn't paved with gold. Michelle's soaring vocals hit number one, and Kelly's pop sound captivated a global audience. In contrast, Beyonce faced uphill battles that underscored the complexity of brand building. This isn't a tale of setbacks, it's an ode to the art of brand evolution. Beyonce's journey with highs and lows encapsulates the thrill of carving an individual niche. Michelle and Kelly's victories cast a fierce backdrop against Beyonce's struggles, painting a dynamic canvas of triumph, challenges, and relentless persistence. Get ready for this roller coaster ride through destiny's twists. From calculated moves to unexpected hurdles, this saga isn't just about individual paths, it's about the electrifying dance of brand identity. The 2001 hiatus isn't the end, it's the heartbeat of a narrative that is larger than life. A testament to the power of foregoing individual destinies within a collective legend. After this quick break, we are going to dive into the turning point of Beyonce and what helped her really get to the successful icon that she is today. We'll be right back. If you're enjoying today's episode, don't forget to follow us wherever you listen to your podcast. And leave us a review because I want to hear from you and know what you think of the show. And I just may shout you out in my next episode for our community spotlight. And lastly, don't forget to share this with your friends, family, whatever entrepreneur that you know will get value from the show. So let's get back into today's episode. Beyonce's trajectory took a sharp turn when she crossed paths with Jay-Z in 2000, and their romantic journey began in 2001. The synergy they shared led to the creation of '03, Bonnie and Clyde in 2002, a track that marked a significant collaboration. The song wasn't just a musical masterpiece, it played a pivotal role in the elevation of Beyonce's brand, placing her in the esteemed company of the renowned rapper Jay-Z. This milestone catalyzed Beyonce's solo venture, resulting in the release of her debut solo album, Dangerously in Love. The standout hit, Crazy in Love, emerged as a true sensation, commanding the music scene with its irresistible groove. Beyonce's transition from group to solo artist was vividly apparent in her brand evolution, as she embraced her individuality, exuded confidence, and showcased her extremely talented skills in singing and dancing. You are now getting Beyonce. Interestingly, Beyonce's path was still not without its challenges. Her record label's initial doubts regarding her potential were swiftly dispelled as she defied expectations, achieving not just one, but 5 hit songs from her album. Crazy in Love retained its chart-topping position for an impressive 8 consecutive weeks, signifying Beyonce's emergence from her shadows of Destiny's Child. The pivotal year of 2004 witnessed a crescendo in Beyonce's journey. Her remarkable accomplishments included securing 2 Grammy Awards for her mesmerizing Crazy in Love. She seized the spotlight after Super Bowl, delivering a sensational performance in front of her hometown of Houston. Perhaps most memorable, she shared the Grammy stage with a figure who previously turned her down, none other than the legendary Prince. As the story of Beyonce's journey unfolds, it's evident that her ambition, her father's guidance, and their collective determination were all aligning to manifest their dreams. Every hurdle, every no, every setback was paving the way for her vision to materialize. Success was no longer a distant dream, it was her reality, and Beyonce was ready to accelerate. Echoing Matthew Knowles' words on brand awareness, the strategy was clear. In 2006, Beyonce ventured into cinema, starring in 2 major films that would reshape her career's trajectory. Pink Panther witnessed her becoming the first woman to conquer both music and movie charts simultaneously, with a #1 film and a #1 song. Then came the iconic remake of Dreamgirls, showcasing her versatility as a performer. Collaborations with Shakira on Beautiful Liar and Neo in Irreplaceable further capsulated the superstar status, making hit after hit. In just a few years, Beyonce joined forces with the rap and entertainment titan Jay-Z by getting married, forming the powerhouse couple that redefined the entertainment landscape. Shortly after, Singles Ladies was released and resonated globally, marking their sonic partnership as they claimed the song of the year. Yet, this journey of incredible success once again reached its trials. Like a seasoned warrior, Beyonce navigated every storm with grace, a skill she honed since the beginnings at age 9. The spotlight's glares often gazed rise into bizarre incidents like Kanye West and the MTV Wars interruption of Taylor Swift.
I'll let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Yeah, Joe. Or the explosive elevator incident involving Jay-Z and her sister Solange. Amidst it all, Beyonce remained poised, even facing personal storms like parting ways with her father as a manager due to him stepping out on her mother and having another child. Lord Jesus. Through it all, Beyonce emerged as a force to be reckoned with. Her 32 Grammy wins and 88 nominations crowns her as the most awarded artist in history. Her determination is testament to her artistic powers, with 8 solo albums: Dangerously in Love in 2003, B-Day in 2006, I Am Sasha Fierce in 2008, 4 in 2011, Beyoncé in 2014, Lemonade in 2016, The Lion King, The Gift in 2019, and currently on tour with Renaissance in 2022. That redefined industry norms. From secret drops to iconic Super Bowl performances, her impact resonates. Her role as a mother brought joy and grace to her life, and her historic Coachella headline spotlighted her influence as who she is, a stunning, powerful Black woman. Now, as the greatest entertainer of all time, Beyonce's journey continues to rewrite history, a remarkable voyage shaped by triumph, challenges, and transformational moments. She remains an icon who doesn't just sing and dance, but empowers, inspires, and leads. Her legacy is a symphony of resilience, creativity, and unswerving determination, and it's far from reaching its final crescendo. With each step, she continues to redefine the limits of artistry and possibility, forever solidifying her place as an unbeatable force in the world of entertainment. Now, we decide, is Beyoncé a successful brand, a shitty brand, or just fucking lucky? But before we could do that, we have some honorable mentions that I didn't necessarily mention within today's episode. Beyonce's interview with Aaliyah on the red carpet. Now, that was a very interesting time. And if y'all haven't seen that video, go check it out.
One of the hottest female artists out here. Miss Aaliyah, how you doing, girl?
It's so good to see you.
You too. She's just looking fabulous. What are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing Gucci.
It was just very just like coming at her, but just like in a very like playful Houston way. Like that was back when Beyonce was like still talking. You know what I mean? She don't really talk as much unless she on stage or through her music. She don't do like interviews or anything like that now. So I miss those days of Beyonce. Those were some funny days. Jay-Z and Beyonce mashups, specifically the Takeover and Ring the Alarm mashup, absolutely iconic. Really, anytime they do any type of mashup or some sort of collaboration together, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, their music together is just stunning. The Gausenberg Fest in 2011. Bitch, that performance was iconic. I've watched it over and over again. I know every like dance move. Like Beyonce was one of those people that I would continuously be watching their performances. Like I would spend a whole day just watching Beyonce performances back to back to back to back to back when I was in like middle school. And then I would be like learning the dances and everything in my room. I would be giving you a whole world tour all throughout my house, especially when my parents or nobody was home. I was basically like the only child for like quite some time, like when I was living with my dad. And I would just be dancing around the house, giving a whole performance. And we have a pretty decent sized house, like a 5-bedroom, like 4 baths. And so I would used to be like dancing around the house all the time, up on the catwalk, upstairs, and then downstairs in the foyers, like all around, dancing out Beyonce. You know other people too, but Beyonce. Who Runs the World? A Billboard Music Award performance in 2011. It was a stunning year for her. World Stomp, the Lemonade HBO release. Child. When she released that, between that and Beyonce, I did talk about Beyonce in today's episode, the self-release title, but a lot of people don't realize that self-release title, like Beyonce, is what changed the music industry forever. Because I think she dropped that like on a Tuesday, which was not the industry norm, and she didn't give anybody a heads up. And so like a lot of people don't realize that like she's not too fond of like in the music industry or in mainstream media. After the whole Super Bowl performance that she did with Coldplay and Bruno Mars and doing Formation dressed as Black Panthers, and really exuding her black power and her stunningness as a woman, and just showing excellence in that Black Panther outfit, and also a homage to Michael Jackson. Do y'all not remember? Mainstream media was not fucking with her with that. They was like, she needs to be banned from the Super Bowl. I can't believe she said this. Oh my gosh, the Republicans was shaking, bitch. The conservatives, they was conservativing. Okay, it was crazy. But ever since then, they really not mainstream media has really not given Beyonce the credit that she genuinely deserves. Like really, like even right now, when it comes to the economy, they talk so much about Taylor Swift boosting the economy, yada yada. Yeah, she probably has, but Beyonce is doing the same exact thing and doing it, in my opinion, more luxury. But that's whatever. And I'm not here to compare the two because, I'm sure they're both great in their own way. I had my era where I loved, Taylor Swift too, which I'll probably do an episode on Taylor Swift. Let me know down in the captions if you would like me to do an episode on Taylor Swift. But another honorable mention is when her hair got stuck in the fan, bitch. That was an iconic moment. She kept singing, not missing a note, not off pitch, barely looked phased on her face. It was stunning. And then, of course, I have to mention the 7-Eleven music video that was basically done on a fucking GoPro in Vegas. Iconic, showing y'all that, no, bitch, I can take you down to the basics and still be stunning. So we reached towards the end of the episode, we're here. We've learned about Beyonce. We took it from the start to the climb to the turning point to the brand maintenance and success. And now we have to decide, what is this branding? To me, I genuinely think Beyonce is just successful branding. From the very beginning, her and her father Matthew knows, and I'm sure Tina knows had a big part in that too when it came to creating costumes and performances and just being there for her too. They all had a vision that they were not going to let go, and in every instance of the journey, every aspect of it, they failed and learned, failed and learned, failed and learned, failed and learned. And so when Beyonce put out that video and said, "Don't just talk about it, be about it."
Don't talk about what you're going to do. Don't just dream about what you're going to do. Don't criticize somebody else for what they're not doing. You be it. Be about it. Be about that action and go do it. Keep your eye on your intention.
Put in the hard work. She wasn't just fucking talking. She wasn't just talking. From the age 9, she has been putting in work. And between no's, false hopes, really just being cheated out, because to be honest, they should have won against Skeleton Crew back then. But who would have known? If they would have won against Skeleton Crew, we may have not gotten Destiny's Child. You know what I mean? We may have not gotten Destiny's Child. So those are also things to think about when it comes to a journey, is that everything is meant to happen for a reason. And obviously Beyonce's journey was meant to happen for a reason, along with successful branding. She knew what she wanted to be. She knew what she wanted to look like. Every project that she put out, that first album, Dangerously in Love, was to get to know her a little bit more, to dive into that sensitivity, that femininity, to capture the hearts of America. You know what I mean? Like, each one of these albums plays something different. Then when it came to B-Day, it was like, bitch, I'm here. And then Sasha Fierce, it was like, let's turn it up. She was giving us a little bit of a different sound than we were used to on the previous albums. 4 was even more like, personal, was, more. Let's look at some of the songs on these albums. Let's look at some of the songs. So let's take it back to Dangerously in Love. We got Naughty Girl. We got, of course, Crazy in Love. Me, Myself, and I is all I got in the end. Gift from a Virgo, like, child. And then let's get into what's next. B-Day. Well, let's do 4. 4, we got I Miss You. We got Dance for You. Tonight I Wanna. We got Love on Top, Baby. Oh, we got School and Life. Countdown, I Miss You. Like, this album right here was definitely giving us a different type of Beyonce. It was really tapping into, some of the old feel from Dangerously in Love, and I Am Sasha Fierce, but doing it in a little bit of a different way. I think this is where she started to dabble a little bit into pop a little bit, but then really turned everything on its head when she released Beyonce for me. Because one, as I stated, this is what really changed the music industry forever, like literally forever. But also, this is where she was really exuding that femininity, sexy, that female power, that she was saying, I am here. That's why she self-titled it Beyonce, because this was her defining moment. She did no press for this. She didn't tell nobody ahead of time. Nothing got leaked. This was actually one of the first times that an artist did something and no leaks whatsoever. Between the music videos that she created for every single song, to not one of the songs was released. Not one. Like when she dropped this song, the world really stopped. World stopped. Carry on. And then we got Lemonade, where this is where she really to get into her Afro beats, where a lot of more of her black music sounds started to really come into play. And this is where she really started to tap into her blackness even more. Like what people don't realize is that, because there's a lot of black people that say Beyonce not black enough, is all the shit I've been hearing a lot of my life, to be honest. But it's like anytime any black person gets to any certain level of success, it's like, oh, you're not black enough. Oh, you're the bullshit, basically. Bullshit. Because Lemonade was stunning. And she showed y'all that I'm still black as hell. I'm still black as hell. And I'm going to show it in the most authentic, stunning way possible. And that's what she did with Lemonade, even when it came to the visuals. The visuals was visually. The Gift, I really didn't listen to the album too much, to be honest. I saw like a few of the songs, but it didn't really capture my attention like that too much. I think because it was like a soundtrack. So, of course, it was going to be catered more to the movie. So I didn't listen to it too much, to be honest. But Renaissance, now she's highlighting queerness in such a way that I don't even have words for. It amazes me how much she's amplified queer voices. Even back when Lemonade with Big Frida on that album, she showed you us blackness, but didn't just do the heteronormative blackness, okay? She also made sure that she included queer blackness in that, because blackness looks so different and it's in so many different ways. And yes, there's so many shades, but there's also so many different types of black people at the same time. And that's what she started Lemonade with. And then now is really giving it to us when it comes to Renaissance. And I just love how she highlights the queer icons like Grace Jones. Like, come on, girl. And having trans women like T.S. Madison on the track. You know what I mean? And just really highlighting queerness in the most authentic way possible. Because one of the biggest things that I hate most is when these corporations or these artists try to be relatable, try to give us a queer beat or something. Like, for instance, with Drake, when he dropped that freaking like house dance out, like, bitch, if you don't get out of here somewhere, Drake, if you don't go somewhere with your gay ass, still haven't coming out the closet yet, like, Drake, just come on. Just let us know. Just let us know. Come on. But anyways, but Renaissance is really like transformative. And I just love how she's showcasing it in such a luxury way as well. Luxury. Like she is redefining luxury with the costumes that she's wearing every single night and the amount of changes of outfits that she's done. And she's put her dancers in and it still is gorgeous. And you can tell there's a clear vision. Every single aspect was thought out. And along it, she's not just highlighting queerness, but also highlighting women at the same time with the Break My Soul Queens remix and all. And just Beyonce is absolutely that girl. I'm that girl. And I'm really not just being biased, but I showcase this episode and I laid this episode out for you so that you can also see it too, because she's absolutely freaking phenomenal. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this new series called The Brand Breakdown. If you have a business brand, personal brand, or even just something throughout society that you want me to break down and see if it's a successful brand, shitty branding, or just lucky branding, comment on YouTube and let me know which brand you would like me to do next. And also, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you listen to this podcast. And remember, my name is Nasir, and I'm never done branding, and neither should you. I see you in the next one. I want to thank you for listening to today's episode. If you made it this far, you're stunning. I hope you got some value to take away to apply to your business and or life. And don't forget to rate and leave the show a review, because I want to hear from you. And you may just end up being my next community spotlight. And also become a loyal listener by subscribing on YouTube and your favorite listening platforms wherever you listen to this podcast. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.